Apologies for dropping off the air. Our hotspot ended up messing with us. Decided to stop giving us internet, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. We'll do our best to prevent it from happening. The Oaks, they gave up 2 runs in the inning. The bottom of the fourth was not kind to Lucian Wexberg. He ended up giving up 3 hits in the inning, 1 to Cade Higgins, 1 to Carson Wells, and 1 to Josh Stinson, as well as a walk to Dylan Leach. 3 consecutive base runners to end the inning for the Foresters resulted in the runs. So it's a 3-1 game now. Caden Suji, he's leading off the 5th inning for the Oaks. 8-9-1, Suji, Call, Carrillo. That's the order trying to face off against Abram. First pitch to Suji. Bounces in. Count 1-0. One and 0 count to Suji. Watches one at the bottom of the zone, missed below the knees. The count 2-0. So Suji so far today, he struck out once. That was in the 3rd. His only at bat, one of the 11 strikeouts on the day for Ben Abram. The 2-0 grounded outside of the bag at 3rd. So the count is 2-1 to Caden Suji. Suji got 2 balls on him before he saw a strike. So that is now another batter here in the second time through the order that Abram has fallen behind. It hasn't mattered too much. The 2-1 misses low. The count 3-1. So Suji, he's trying to work himself on base as a leadoff batter here in the 5th inning. Oaks got a leadoff batter in the 4th inning. It worked to their advantage as Greg Melhoff was able to score after a leadoff single. The 3-1 count. Swing and a miss. The count is run full. Another full count we see today from Abram. Abram so far today has seen full counts to Andrew Sharp, Austin Carrillo, JT Naviak, and now Suji. So a 3-2 count. Suji swings, stays alive, fights it off. Count will still remain 3-2 as a pitch elevated. I believe it would have been called above the zone, but Suji protecting the zone, making sure he can stay alive in the count, trying to lead off this inning the right way. 7th pitch of the at-bat. Breaking ball. Suji strikes out swinging. 2nd strikeout of the day for Suji. 12th strikeout of the day for Abram. 1 down here in the 5th inning. It's going to bring up the 9-hole hitter Hunter Call, who, you guessed it, struck out his first time up.
Yeah, and I mean, Abram today, what a performance, getting every single batter except one that he's gotten out to strike out. And, man, 12 strikeouts, and we're not even through the 5th inning. This might be the most impressive pitching performance I've ever seen.
Hunter Call, the only 3-pitch strikeout of the day. He's trying to improve that. And he will. He will not strike out on 3 pitches because the first pitch is a ball above the zone. So the count is 1-0. The Foresters lead 3-1. The Oaks, they scratched their 1 run across in the 4th inning after 2 singles by Melhoff and Bobo, and then a wild pitch. Call grounds 1 to 3rd base. Rydell throws over to first. It's in time as Rombach stretches. So now there's been 2 outs in this game that have not been strikeouts for the Oaks. Call puts a bat on the ball, puts it in play, but cannot reach base. 2 outs in the inning.
You know, that's an out right there, but, you know, he at least put it in play. It wasn't a strikeout, but already 2 outs in the inning. The Oaks, they just surrendered 2 runs, and you need to get more runs in this game. You want to compete with the Foresters, and right after the Foresters answer with runs, you got to answer back. But getting a strikeout and a ground out to start this inning, that's not a great start.
Austin Carrillo. He had a 2-out walk in the third. That was the only time he reached base. Struck out his first time up. Trying to get another 2-out base runner here as first pitch from Abram. Breaking ball misses low and inside. The count 1-0. Carrillo, he's been on a hot streak as of late. Yesterday, he reached base 3 times with 2 singles and a double. The only time he got out was his first time up. He reached base twice the day prior. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Count 1-1. Carrillo. He offered at a pitch that was below the zone, so the count even. 1 ball, 1 strike. The infield for the Foresters, Romback at first, Morrissey at second, Stevenson at short, and Rydell at third. 3 athletic fielders at the second base, shortstop, and third base position. Guys that can play very well with the glove as Carrillo watches a pitch. Miss inside, the count 2-1.
Are you saying that Nathan Romback, the first baseman, isn't athletic?
Well, I just noticed that, you have at third base Rydell, who has been their usual shortstop for the entire season. Then Stevenson, he's one of the faster players in the CCL, and we saw him make a few athletic plays on July 20th as the 2-1, swing and a miss from Carrillo. So the count is 2-2. And then Josiah Morrissey, he's one of the better fielders in the CCL. We've seen him make a few plays when the Foresters have played against the Oaks this season. I haven't seen any fantastic plays out of Romback. I haven't seen any bad plays out of him either, but I know for a fact that the defenders on the left side of the infield and at second base are stellar gloves. The 2-2. Carrillo swings, misses his second strikeout of the day, the 13th of the day for Ben Abram, in a 1-2-3 inning for the first time since the first inning for Abram as the Oaks are sat down in short order. To the bottom of the 5th we go. You're listening to the Conejo Oaks live stream on YouTube. Bottom of the 5th inning, Lucian Wexberg facing off against 3-4-5 as Nathan Romback watches a first pitch strike. The count is 0-1. Apologies for dropping off the stream. Our hotspot, it failed us as the 0-1 breaking ball lined outside of the bag at third. It was just down the line, and it spun outside of the third base bag, so the count is 0-2. That would have been extra bases down the line. When we were away in the 4th inning, the Foresters were able to scratch across 2 runs. Cade Higgins, he singled, and then with 2 outs, Dylan Leach walked, as this is a swinging strikeout. Wexberg gets another strikeout on the day. That is his 3rd. And so in that 4th inning, the 2-out walk from Leach, as well as back-to-back 2-out singles from Wells and Stinson, ended up plating Cade Higgins and Dylan Leach, and that is how the score differed from 1-1 to 3-1. One out here now in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 3-hole hitter watches the first pitch miss the zone. The count 1-0. That's Tanner Otremba. Or excuse me, the 4-hole hitter. Otremba so far today, he's walked. That was in the 1st inning. And then he flew out to Raul Sandoval in the 3rd. The 1-0 grounded to Melhoff at 3rd. It's outside of his glove, but it's a fair ball. Tracking it is Carrillo down the line. Otremba's headed for 2. He's going to get there without a throw. So a 1-out double for Tanner Otremba immediately puts the Foresters in scoring position, and they're threatening.
Yeah, and right there, Otremba, he stays hot. He's been swinging the bat great all year, and he just gets a chopper right down the line. And when I mean right down the line, I mean right down the line. It was bouncing right on the white chalk just past the third base side, and that's a fair ball, and it's an easy double for him as the ball goes towards the outfield.
So that's going to bring up Josiah Morrissey. He's 0 for 2 today. Otremba at second base. First pitch, swing and a miss. The count 0-1. Morrissey ground into a fielder's choice in the 1st inning. Led off the 4th inning with a ground out to Daniel Cabral. Otremba at second base, Naviank holding him on. Swing and a miss, breaking ball. Back-to-back, fool Morrissey. The count is 0-2. So 1 out here in the inning. Foresters lead 3-1 with another runner in scoring position. It's a blazing hot day here in Santa Barbara. I should not have worn my long sleeve shirt, and should you?
You know, I'm wearing my long sleeve because my ginger hair and my pale skin.
The 0-2 misses outside. Suji tried to frame it. Did not get the favorable call. The count is 1-2. And I have my sleeves rolled up. I'm working on my tan.
Yeah, you know, I wish I could tan. But like I said, it's my ginger hair. It's tough.
Genetics have failed you.
It's okay. I like being a part of the 1% of the population with beautiful red hair.
The 1-2. Swing, line drive into left field. Carrillo comes in. He fields it on a hop. The throw home is not going to matter as the runner, he was stopped. Morrissey into second on the throw. So runners on second and third after the throw was tried to be cut off by Melhoff, but he wasn't able to do it. Hit off the tip of his glove as he saw the runner wasn't going. Still 1 out in the inning. And now Cade Higgins, who is the only person so far that has reached both times he's come to the plate outside of the 9-hole hitter Carson Wells. Higgins has scored twice. Once in the 2nd inning after he got a leadoff walk, and then once in the 4th after he got a 1-out single. Now he's trying to drive in runs for the first time today with 2 in scoring position. First pitch, swing and a miss. A breaking ball from Wexberg. Drops out the bottom. It's Cade Higgins. He offers. That is the 3rd time at the very least in this inning where the Foresters have swung and missed on a breaking ball that's dropped out of the zone. Higgins, he's batting .280 on the season. He swings and golfs one to right field. Call going back into right center near the wall. Makes the play. 1 run's going to score on a sacrifice fly. Morrissey, he's into third base. So the score is 4-1.
And Higgins just drove that ball to the outfield. Hunter Call, he just came over, made the play as normal. But with only 1 out in the inning, he's going to score a run on the sac fly. Morrissey, he heads the third. And, you know, with Wexberg, you take the out. You know that 1 run comes in. But now you really just need to get this out and Jack Rydell and try to get out of the jam with the runner at third.
For Higgins, that was his 3rd RBI of the season, so he hasn't been an RBI threat. He gets 1 right there as this one is grounded to second base. Cabral fields it, and he throws out Jack Rydell to end the inning. So 1 pitch, 1 out as 1 run came across the score in the inning off of 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on third base. The Oaks trail 4-1, trying to get it back in the top of the 6th, and we come back on the Oaks live stream. JT Naviak, he's coming up. He's going to face off against not Ben Abram. Looks like a new pitcher on the hill. Get that to you as soon as we figure out who it is. He's a right-hander, number 40. He's not on our roster.
I believe
sheet.
it's
First pitch in Naviak, a strike at the letters, 0-1.
Chase Webster, the right-handed pitcher out of Texas Tech, originally from Gilbert, Arizona, so an Arizona boy.
The 0-1, Webster delivers. Breaking ball is strike at the knees, so the count 0-2. Naviak, he's already struck out looking twice today. Now, if he looks at another strike, will be his third time. Webster trying to pick up a strikeout for his first time, and he gets JT looking at a pitch at the top of the zone. On 3 straight pitches, Naviak goes down looking for his third strikeout of the day in the first to Webster.
And you know, all day, the Oaks, they've just been striking out whatever fashion. Swinging, looking, doesn't matter. Abram, he was so impressive. He had 13 strikeouts, and now Naviak, 3 times looking.
So that brings up Greg Melhoff. He singled in his last at-bat. Fouls one straight back into the screen, the count 0-1. His first at-bat, he ended the first inning with a swinging strikeout.
And going back to Ben Abram not being on the mound, I think it makes sense. He threw 85 pitches through those 5 innings, and, you know, when the pitch counts up like that, a lot of that has to do with the strikeouts.
Melhoff skies one down the left field line, but it tails out of play, so the count 0-2. And Webster, he has had 5 appearances so far this season, has not let up an earned run. He's only had 1 run against him that was unearned against the Barons on July 17th. The 0-2 bounces in the dirt. Count 1-2 to Melhoff. And so, on the season, in 7 innings pitched, Webster has a save credited to him, as well as a win against the Orange County Riptide. That was on July 10th. The save came against the Seals on July 2nd. Melhoff rips one down the right field line, but it's going to tail foul as well. So the count 1-2. 13 strikeouts for Webster in 7 innings pitched. The Foresters, they are targeting the strikeouts of the Oaks today. After 13 strikeouts for Ben Abram, Webster gets his second strikeout on his second consecutive batter. That's his 15th of the season and the second today for Melhoff.
And, man, the Oaks, they're just not making contact. Naviak, a 3-pitch strikeout to start here. Melhoff, he fouls off a couple of pitchers, did make contact but didn't send it in play, and then strikes out swinging for the second time today. And just so many Ks on my score sheet right now. It's ridiculous.
And Brendan Bobo, the second leading strikeout on the Oaks, has not struck out yet today. Grounds one into fair territory, still yet to strike out, but his first time being retired. Doesn't even drop the bat, carries it all the way down to first base. A 1-2-3 inning for Webster on 9 pitches, and the Oaks retired in consecutive order for the second consecutive inning. Bottom 6 when we come back on the Oaks live stream. Conejo trails 4-1. Dylan Leach facing off against Lucian Wexberg. Wexberg, he outlasts Abram, but has given up 4 total runs. Leach Wells, Stinson due up in the 6th inning. First pitch, swing and a miss. The count 0-1 early from Wexburg to Leach. 70 pitches that was on the last pitch from Wexburg, 85 in 5 innings for Abram. Wexburg lets one go high and away. The count is 1-1. Leach so far today has reached base once. That was in the 4th. He came around to score. That was a walk. He also struck out. The 1-1 runs high again. The count is 2-1. Wexburg so far today, he's had 3 strikeouts. That looks dwarfed compared to the 13 on the other side of things. The 2-1, swing and a miss, Wexburg. He located the zone on the high side, so the count is 2-2. Made it close enough that Leach, he had to offer. Last time Wexburg was at Santa Barbara, he gave up 4 runs as well, trying to keep it at that total as Leach golfs one into center field. Sandoval tracking back underneath it, makes the play in the first out of the inning. A long fly for Leach.
And Wexburg consistently throughout the game, he's been able to get the first batter out. He did it in the 1st, he did it again in the 4th, he did it in the 5th, and now here in the 6th, he gets the first batter out. And, you know, he's gotten these outs, he's given up some runs, but overall today he's been pretty impressive in my books. He's gotten a lot of outs, but a couple of runs have come in on just a slight number of hits.
Carson Wells watches the first pitch for a ball, the count 1-0. Wells has reached base twice today. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Both came on the first pitch. This is the first time he's going to see a second pitch in and at bat. Swings above it, misses the ball, the count 1-1. And you mentioned, and I agree with you, that Wexburg's been good. A lot of his runs that have come across have been on balls that have been hit in the infield. First run came across on a Jack Rydell bunt where Cade Higgins went first to home. As this one is lined into left field, going back is Carrillo. Underneath it, makes the play, and the second out of the inning is recorded. Another hard hit ball, but right to a defender. And to continue that point, in the second inning, it was an error on the throw from Suji, which allowed the runner to come around to score. And then in the 4th inning, 2 runs came around to score, but a ball that just got out of the glove of Cabral went past his outstretched glove, and then a walk, a few hits that came around to score. So not a lot of hard contact as Josh Stinson gets brushed back by a pitch, count 1-0. And so really the only time where hard contact has resulted in his runs has been in the 5th inning, where he let off a double and then a single. As this one brushes back Josh Stinson again, the count's 2-0, and then the sacrifice fly from Higgins brought in the run. So I agree with you. I think that Wexburg has been very good today at generating soft contact and keeping the ball on the infield. This pitch gets away from Suji. It went high and away. The count is 3-0 to Stinson. Wexburg in danger of walking Stinson for the first time today. He's already walked 3 batters in this contest. 2 of the batters he's walked have come around to score. The 3-0 in there for a strike. The count is 3-1. Stinson did not have the green light, kept the bat on his shoulder. He's 1 for 3 so far today. His first 2 at-bats were atrocious, a looking strikeout and a double play with a runner on third base to end the inning. This one lined right back up the middle, and so his first 2 bats were bad. His last 2 bats have been good. 2 consecutive 2-out base runners for Josh Stinson, as he was in the 4th inning a 2-out base runner. And now in the 6th, another 2-out base runner.
And that's the great thing about baseball is you can start your day really horrible and have a looking strikeout and a double play, and then make up for it with back-to-back singles. You had a stolen base in the 4th, and, you know, that's a great thing. You can have quick memory, improve your game throughout, and, you know, a 2 for 4 day is still pretty good.
That brings up Seth Stevenson. He's 1 for 3 on the day. First pitch, skies one to right field, Hunter Call. He has a beat on it, makes the play, and the inning is over. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner and Josh Stinson left on the first base bag. Top 7 coming up when we come back. Oaks trail by 3. You're listening to the Conejo Oaks live stream on YouTube. Top of the 7th inning, Ryan Milano, Knight Uretsky. Knight, final 3 innings. It's time for you to send us into the night with your play-by-play.
Thank you, Ryan. So, Raul Sandoval, Daniel Cabral, Andrew Sharp due up for the Conejo Oaks. Chase Webster still on the mound. First pitch to Sandoval. Check swing, he went. 0-1 the count, and that's just been the trend for the day for the Conejo Oaks. They've struck out 15 times total as a team in the first 6 innings. Right now, Sandoval with 2 strikeouts today has an 0-1 count. Second pitch in, misses low. Count now even 1-1. Sandoval, his first time, he struck out. That was swinging. That was in the second. He had a 5-pitch at bat. Then in the fourth, he had a 6-pitch at bat that he saw a full count to before looking at the 6th and final pitch for a second strikeout. Now looks at a pitch that misses low. 2-1 the count to Raul Sandoval. So for the past 2 innings, the Oaks, they've only had 2 strikeouts in the inning, not 3 like we saw in each of the first 3 innings, as Sandoval grounds it towards the outfield, and Sandoval's aboard with a single. Got past the sliding Morrissey at second, but a leadoff man's aboard with a single for Sandoval, and now the Oaks, they have a runner on.
And we've seen a few of those plays on the other side where the Santa Barbara Foresters have been able to get on with hard ground balls to Daniel Cabral that have gone either outstretched of his glove or that he hasn't been able to field cleanly. Right there, Josiah Morrissey getting a little bit of the taste of the Foresters' medicine.
Third time today, the Oaks, they've had their leadoff batter aboard. First pitch to Daniel Cabral, misses inside, 1-0 the count. The Oaks, they had their leadoff batter aboard in Brendan Bobo in the second. He was then followed by 3 straight strikeouts by Sandoval, Cabral, and Sharp. In the fourth, Greg Melhoff singled as Cabral fouls off the 1-0, counts even 1-1. Melhoff then singled, then Brendan Bobo singled. Melhoff came around to score on a pass ball. That's been the only run of the day for the Oaks, as the Foresters, they're leading 4-1 here in the 7th. After that, it was 2 strikeouts, one by Cabral and one by Sandoval. So just like Sandoval, Cabral, 2 strikeouts today, 1 swinging. That was in the second, just like Sandoval, and 1 looking in the fourth. The 1-1 pitch to Cabral, called for a strike. Sandoval back-picked, but he's safe into first. Now the count 1-2 to Daniel Cabral, so both Cabral and Sandoval both went to Oxnard College, and now Cabral has a 1-2 count. Both of them had struck it out twice. Sandoval with the single here. Cabral holds off a pitch that missed away. Now the count's even 2-2.
Yeah, and Cabral and Sandoval, you've drawn attention to the parallels. Very similar so far today. Identical score sheets for them so far.
Pretty much, yeah. 2-2 the count to Daniel Cabral. The pitch. Cabral fouls it away. So 5 pitches so far. 2 have been called for strikes. 1 fouled off by Cabral here. 2 were balls. And now with Sandoval at first after the leadoff single, Cabral's battling against the right-hander and Chase Webster, who his first inning, he had 2 strikeouts, 1 to Naviak on 3 pitches looking, 1 to Melhoff striking out swinging on the 5th pitch he saw. And then Brendan Bobo grounded out to first base on the first pitch he saw. Sandoval goes as the ball bounces in behind the plate of Leach. Sandoval head first slid into second. If he didn't slide, I take it he taps on second and heads the third on the pass ball as he took off stealing on the pitch. But he slid into second. That wasted some time, and Leach was able to get the ball. So a stolen base for nothing for Sandoval.
Yeah, in the dugout, they were screaming up, trying to keep him off of his feet to see that the ball did get past so that he could round to third. But Sandoval, he had a mission at hand. He achieved his objective of getting into scoring position.
3-2 count, 7th pitch of the at-bat on its way. And Cabral's going to sky this one into shallow right field. Morrissey and the right fielder Wells in the area. Wells calls him off just behind Morrissey, and Cabral's retired on the 7th pitch to him.
And right there, Cabral, he was trying to keep the same stat sheet as we saw from Raul Sandoval. A single right there would have been fantastic for Daniel Cabral, but he just got a little bit underneath the ball, skied it into shallow right field. And, you know, that just happens. Sometimes try to keep the count alive on a pitch that he wasn't going to do much with, but did not end up putting it solidly into play.
So now Andrew Sharp, the DH, comes up to the plate. Runner at second in Sandoval, 1 out, 4-1 the score. The pitch to Sharp, and he lines it towards right field. Wells in the area. He makes the play. Sandoval's not going to tag as he goes back towards second. And 1 pitch, 1 out to Andrew Sharp, and now 2 are gone here in the top of the 7th.
With a runner in scoring position and no one down in the inning, you want to be able to capitalize. Right now, the Oaks, they haven't done that. It's going to have to be up to Caden Suji's being pinch hit for, so it's going to be up to Lauren Frank to get it done.
So Lauren Frank, he's pinch hitting for Caden Suji. With that fly out from Andrew Sharp, this is the first inning of the game for the Conejo Oaks. They do not have 2 strikeouts. In every inning prior, 2 batters had struck out. And now here in the 7th, we have 2 flyouts to right field and no strikeouts so far.
That's going to prompt a mound visit to see how they're going to attack Lauren Frank. But I'm not sure if it's impressive for the Oaks in this inning that they haven't struck out twice, or if it's impressive or more. I mean, it is more impressive for the Foresters.
It's definitely more impressive for the Foresters to have 15 strikeouts through the first 6 innings. That's ridiculous.
Wow, that's ridiculous. That is so impressive.
15 out of the 18 outs possible were strikeouts.
The first 11 outs were strikeouts.
Yes, that's remarkable. Remarkable. Ben Abram, what a day. 19 batters he faced, 13 strikeouts. That's crazy.
And now another mound meeting. So after Dylan Leach went to go talk to his pitcher, we now see Bill Pintard. He goes out and talks to his pitcher as well. There's someone warming up in the pen.
Gosh,
We'll try to identify who that is.
Lauren Frank really
he's
doing a lot.
Fear. There's fear in the hearts of the Santa Barbara Foresters right now having to go up against Lauren Frank.
Yeah, Lauren Frank comes in to pinch hit. Then you get a mound meeting from the catcher, and then all of a sudden the whole infield's now discussing what to do. And Lauren Frank, he just showed up at the plate as a pinch hitter.
So number 7 is the guy in the pen. Looks like he's going to get prepared to come in. Bill Pintard has taken the ball away from Webster, and we'll try to figure out who number 7 is. He's not on our roster sheet.
And that'll do it for Webster. So we'll be taking a break right here during the pitching change. We'll find out who it is, and we'll let you know right after this break. As the Oaks, they have a runner in scoring position as they trail by 3. It's 4-1 here in Santa Barbara. You're listening on the Conejo Oaks live stream on YouTube. Knight Uretsky, Ryan Milano with you. Connor Roberts is the man that Bill Pintar has chosen to have for Lauren Frank here.
First pitch almost hits him.
Yeah, pitch inside, and I guess that's how much fear that Lauren Frank has posed into the Santa Barbara Foresters team right now.
I mean, Frank just looks like a football player. That's exactly what I said the first day. He was playing third base, and I said, why is there a football player here? And I mean,
he's
he's proven he's much more than just a bodybuilder. He hits the ball hard.
Second pitch to Frank, called for a strike, quickly even 1-1. And Lauren Frank, 6'3", 235 pounds, but he's an absolute monster. He makes Brendan Bobo look small, and that's hard to do. He's actually never played football before in his life. He's been a baseball player from the get-go.
It's baffling to me.
1-1 the count, the runner on second. Pitch misses low to Frank, and quickly 2-1 the count. Frank pitch hitting for Caden Suji, who had struck out twice, both times swinging. Who would have thought? A bunch of strikeouts today. Sandoval at second after he reached on a single. Back-to-back flyouts since then. Pitch misses high to Frank, and now the count's 3-1. So Connor Roberts, the right-hander out of UC Santa Barbara, so playing in his home city where his college is. He has a 3-1 count to the pinch hitter and Lauren Frank. The pitch. That one misses. Leach tried to frame it. Did not get the call. And a 5-pitch at bat to Lauren Frank on the pinch hit. And now the tying run's coming up to the plate at Hunter Call.
And since Lauren Frank has come back from injury, he's been pinch ran for every time. And he's going to be pinch ran for again. Scott Rudinsky is going to take over at first base for him.
So Rudinsky at first, Sandoval at second. Hunter Call coming up to the plate. 2 runners on, 2 outs. And Connor Roberts, the right-hander, mentioned from UC Santa Barbara. He's appeared in 5 games this year with the Foresters. It's only his 3rd walk of the season. He's only allowed 2 hits all year. No run have been scored, so 0 earned runs on the year for Roberts. Call, skies one high and deep towards right, going back as Wells. He makes the catch near the fence, and that'll do it for this inning. So the Oaks, they strand 2 runners, including 1 in scoring position, and that'll do it for the top of the 7th. We head to the bottom half, 4-1 the score. The Foresters, they lead. You are listening on the Conejo Oaks live stream on YouTube. Bottom of the 7th inning, Knight Uretsky, Ryan Milano with you. A couple of substitutions for the Conejo Oaks. So now pitching on the mound, replacing Lucian Wexberg, is going to be Aiden Hawley, the right-hander from Westmont here in Santa Barbara. At third base now, Grant Smith. He's going to be playing third base, replacing Greg Melhoff. And behind the dish now, Brendan Durfee, who's coming in for a couple of players as the first pitch in misses. 1-0 the count to Nathan Rombach. Durfee's coming in for Scott Radinsky Jr., who came in for Lauren Frank, who came in for Caden Suji. So 1-0 the count to Nathan Rombach. The pitch from Hawley. This one's grounded towards the left side. Grant Smith fields it at third base, throws across the diamonds, and 2 pitches and now 1 out here in the 7th.
Yeah, and so that spot in the order where Durfee came in for Suji, Durfee came in for Radinsky, who came in for Frank, who came in for Suji.
Yes.
And if Durfee gets on base, he's been pinch ran for every time he's been on base this season, or at least in the last few weeks when he's been back and healthy enough to be behind the dish. So if he gets on base, I presume that there'll be another pinch runner for him, and that spot in the order will just continue to have that turnover.
So now Tanner Otremba steps up to the plate to face off against Hawley. First pitch bounced in. Otremba almost offered. He did not, and 1-0 the count. Otremba today, he's reached base twice. Once in the first on a walk on a 5-pitch at bat. In the third, he flew out, but like I said, he reached base again. That was in the 5th. Reached on a double. He was the second batter in that inning. He came around to score. It was the only run of the 5th inning, the 4th run of the game. Second pitch to him. Hawley gets him swinging and miss, and his hat flew off after that pitch. So 1-1 the count. Hawley on the mound. Hawley, he's had a couple of great outings after being a late addition to the roster. The 1-1 got him looking, and quickly 1-2 to Otremba. Hawley in 2 appearances. He has yet to give up a hit. He's faced 9 batters total. He's walked 2, but he's struck out only 1 of the 9 batters, so he's pitched 2 1/3, so he's gotten 7 out of the 9 outs. As here he gets Otremba swinging and missing. Throw down to first on the drop third. Play is made, and 2 straight outs from Hawley to start in this debut here in the 7th.
That's the first time where we've seen Durfee have to throw a ball down after he's come back with that injury to his throwing arm, and he threw it down, and he was very excited that he was able to make the play. Pumped his fist, and that's the type of sign when you're back and healthy, when you're back to being able to doing exactly what you love to do. The throw down to first, showing off the arm for the first time. Perfect throw. He was excited about it.
This time he catches the ball. Morrissey looks at it and misses, and 1-0. And I don't know, Durfee did start a game at catcher a couple days ago. I'm sure he had a throw down to second in that game, but 1-0 the count to Morrissey. Pitch is called for a strike, and quickly 1-1 the count to Morrissey. Morrissey, his last time, that was in the 5th, he singled, was left stranded at third. Prior to that, he grounded out to second in the 4th and grounded out to JT Naviak to end the 1st. Here, watches a pitch, miss high and away, and now 2-1 the count to Morrissey.
And Josiah Morrissey, he's one of those players who started out the day without being productive for the Foresters. Had 2 straight outs, 1 to end the inning, 1 to start off the inning. But then his last at bat, solid hit to advance the runner from second to third, and then end up the next.
Here a pitch misses, 3-1 the count quickly.
And then the next batter ended up advancing that runner that he advanced from third to home. So similar to what we saw from Josh Stinson, where first 2 at-bats were poor and then came back with 2 productive ones. Josiah Morrissey, he's trying to do the same with 2 at-bats resulting in outs, and now 2 trying to get on base.
3-1 the count to Morrissey. 2 outs, nobody on. The pitch from Hawley. Called for a strike. Morrissey thought he was headed to first. He was almost flipping the back to the dugout. He held on, and now a full count from Aiden Hawley. He's trying to go 1, 2, 3 in order here in the 7th.
And you just saw Brendan Durfee. He motioned to his pitcher, keep it down, keep it in the zone. Hawley, that one just caught the high part of the zone.
3-2 the count. 2 outs. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Morrissey strikes out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hawley. And a 1-2-3 inning as we head to the 8th. 4-1 the score. The Forsters, they lead. You're listening here on the Conejo Oaks live stream on YouTube. Nate Uretsky, Ryan Milano with you. Top of the 8th inning. Austin Carrillo, JT Naviak, Greg Melhoff do up the 1, 2, and 3 hole hitters. They're facing off a new pitcher in Carson Lambert, the right-hander out of USC. He replaces Connor Roberts as the first pitch to Austin Carrillo is grounded towards the right side, fielded by Morrissey. The flip to first, and Carrillo's gone on the first pitch to him.
Yeah, right there, Carrillo, he's trying to attack the first pitch from a new pitcher. I think that's smart. Going after a pitch where you know a new pitcher is going to want to throw a strike into the zone, especially after the Oaks. I've seen Carson Lambert a few times already this season. So attacking the first pitch, being able to try to attack a first pitch strike, I think it's a good plate approach. It just did not work out for Austin Carrillo.
Lambert came in for Connor Roberts, who pitched 1/3 of an inning as Naviak swings at the first pitch to him. He skies it foul. 0-1 the count to Naviak. Roberts came in for Chase Webster, who pitched 1 2/3. Webster saw 6 batters, struck out 2 of them, only allowed 1 hit. Then Roberts came in, walked a batter, and then got Hunter called to fly out to end the inning. Only 6 pitches on him. Naviak grounds one up the middle, and that's going to be a single for JT Naviak. So after 3 strikeouts looking, Naviak gets aboard with a single.
Yeah, that's a really good way to save your day if you're JT Naviak. He's been so red hot as of late, and today he just hasn't been as hot with the 3 strikeouts, and that's a product of how good the Foresters have been pitching so far today. But able to stay down on the ball, shoots it right back up the middle, and gets a single. A 1 for 4 day. It's not bad by any means. The 3 strikeouts, not great in the total, but much rather be 1 for 4 than 0 for 4.
So Melhoff, he was retired or substituted. So now Grant Smith comes up to the plate. First pitch at Grant Smith, he swings at it foul. Kids behind us going to go chase it.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Someone just wiped out hopping over the makeshift fence here. There's like 20 children who are going to run.
I bet I would have been one of those children.
Flashbacks of slow.
Yeah. So 0 on the count to Grant Smith. Throw back to first. Naviak in there safely. Still awaiting the 0-1 is Grant Smith. Grant Smith coming in for Melhoff, who today struck out twice, once in the first and once in the sixth. Did have a single for Melhoff in the fourth, and he came around to score. The only run of the day for the Oaks, as they're trailing now 4-1.
Grant Smith, he drove in the only run of the day for the Oaks yesterday. That was all that the Oaks needed in a 1-0 win.
The 0-1, Smith looks at, misses. 1-1 the count. So mentioned yesterday, Grant Smith had the RBI single. That was the only run of the day. The Oaks, they won that game against the Blues. It was 1-0. And the Foresters, they won a crucial game against the Saints yesterday. They won it 1-0. And the Foresters right now, they're hot. They've won 7 straight CCL South games and 9 straight games overall as Smith swings and misses on the pitch to him, and 1-2 the count quickly to Grant Smith.
Yeah, pitch high and tight from Smith where he just couldn't catch up to it. We've seen when he's taken pitches on the season for strikes, it's been on the inside part of the plate. Right there, he was trying not to take another inside strike. Couldn't catch up to the high and tight fastball.
1-2 the count. Runner on first. 1 out. The pitch to Smith. Looks at, misses. Smith didn't offer, and now 2-2 the count to Grant Smith, who coming into yesterday's game was pretty cold. Hadn't received a hit in 3 straight games. Went 1 for 3 yesterday. Did have a strikeout.
And those 3 straight hitless games came off an 8-game hitting streak.
It's true. Pitch to Smith. He grounds it towards the left side. Fielded by Stevenson. The flip to second to Morrissey to first. And Grant Smith grounds into a double play that ends the 8th inning. So we head to the bottom half of the inning. The Foresters still up 4-1. A 1-2-3 inning for Carson Lambert in a weird way. And we head to the bottom. Bottom of the 8th inning, Knight Uretsky and Ryan Milano with you. New pitcher on the mound for the Conejo Oaks. It's Nick Rincover. He's set to face off against Cade Higgins, Jack Rydell, and Dylan Leach. He's replacing Aiden Hawley, who pitched 12 pitches last inning. Got 1, 2, 3 in order, Rombach, Otremba, and Morrissey. First pitch from Rincover misses, 1-0. Hawley, on those 12 pitches, struck out 2 batters. Those were his last 2 batters. Morrissey on 6 pitches. Otremba on 4 pitches, and prior to that, Rombach grounded out to third. 1-0 the count to Cade Higgins, and the pitch swung on and missed. Counts even 1-1. Nick Rincover on the season has a 5.40 ERA in 7 games pitched. Does have 1 save, 14 strikeouts on the year, and 10 innings pitched. Does walk a lot of batters, had 11 walks coming into this game. The 1-1 pitch misses away, and now 2-1. And Nick Rincover, originally from West Hills, California, went to Pierce College to start his baseball career. Had decent success there at Pierce. Pitched in 2018 before tearing his UCL in 2019. Pitch is swung on and missed by Higgins, and now the count's even 2-2. Said he just didn't keep care of his arm. He would throw without stretching. Did have a performance at Pierce where he struck out Hunter Pence, a Major League Baseball player. That came after throwing 50 pitches the day prior. But he said doing stuff like that, throwing 20 pitches without stretching, as he pitches, the pitch is outside to Higgins, 3-2 the count. Really.
Wait, so how did he get the opportunity to strike out Hunter Pence?
Hunter Pence came and was taking practice at Pierce College.
Good for Nick.
Isn't that pretty cool?
That's the one that you chalk up. Struck out World Series champion.
Yeah, he said tore UCL, but, I struck out Hunter Pence, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Higgins now bloops one towards the left side. That's going to get down. Smith was given chase, touching on first, and now heading back to first is Higgins, so he's aboard with a leadoff single. So after working a full count, Higgins gets with a bloop single, and he's at first. So Rincover, he tore his UCL, had to get surgery, didn't pitch for 15 months, so returned back to Pierce, and now his journey, he's going to be taking his talents to UC Irvine. Just committed to UC Irvine last week. That was on, actually, a couple days ago, 4 days ago, July 21st, after the game against the Orange County Riptide, committed to UC Irvine after that game. It was actually his worst performance of the year. He gave up 4 runs on 2 hits as first pitch to Jack Rydell is called for a strike, 0-1 the count. So in that game, his worst performance of the year, faced 8 batters. 2 of them reached via hits. 6 of them reached total as 4 batters were walked. Did get 2 strikeouts, though. Those were on lefty batters. Right after getting the 2 strikeouts versus lefty batters, the coach at UC Irvine, as Rincover throws back to first, in there safely is Morrissey. The UC Irvine coach, he offered Nick Rincover a spot at UC Irvine next fall, and that's where he's going to be pitching. Prior to that, it was his best performance of the year. It was against the Riptide, who the coach at UC Irvine was not at that game. Came in with the bases loaded, struck out 3 straight batters as Rydell swings and misses at the second pitch to him, 0-2 the count. After striking out 3 straight batters with the bases loaded and nobody out, Rincover came out, had a 1-2-3 inning, including a strikeout in the next inning after that. So after having his best game of the year against Orange County, had his worst game of the year against Orange County. And it was funny because he got his roster spot at UC Irvine after his worst performance, not his best performance.
Yeah, and that best performance, what a player of the game as well.
Swing and a miss from Rydell. And another strikeout versus a lefty batter for Rincover. 3 pitches to Rydell, and the runner on first, 1 out now.
And Jack Rydell, he's gotten out his last 3 at-bats. That time, 3 straight pitches in the last one. He waved at a ball that was running away from the plate to go down on strikes.
So now Dylan Leach, he comes up to the plate. Runner on first in Cade Higgins. First pitch to him misses high from Rincover. 1-0 the count. Renkover himself, he will say that he doesn't throw a lot of strikes, but he does get a lot of strikeouts. He's striking out 14 batters on the year in those 10 innings pitched. Got number 15 here against Rydell as he throws back to first. In there safely is Higgins. Renkover's been really good against lefty batters. Right-handed hitters have gotten him a little bit more. But right here, facing off against a righty and Dylan Leach. 1-0 the count. The pitch from Renkover as the runner goes, swing and a miss. The throw down to second from Durfee goes into the outfield, and now heading to third is Higgins. Fielding it in center field is Sandoval, and on a strike call to Dylan Leach, the runner advances from first to third.
And right there, it would have been a closer play at third and probably not an immediate send if it's a different park. But the grass in the outfield is so thick that the ball slowed down to a crawl and actually came almost to a dead stop. Raul Sandoval, he had to sprint in from his spot in dead center all the way in to try to retrieve the ball, and the thickness of the grass ends up resulting in an extra bag.
So, runner at third, 1 out, 4-1 the score. The Foresters, they lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The pitch from Renkover misses inside. Durfee couldn't frame it. 2-1 the count now to Dylan Leach.
They always call it a game of inches. I'm not sure if they meant the inches of thickness in the grass.
Leach today struck out swinging in the second. Then in the fourth, he reached on a walk. He came around to score as he looks at a pitch that misses, and now 3-1 the count to Leach. Flew out, though, in his last time up, and that was in the 6th inning. Up today for the 4th time, looking for his first hit. Has a 3-1 hitter's count with a runner on third. Pitch from Renkover. Leach lifts high and deep, just way foul. If it's fair, that is a home run. It went about 10 feet over the fence, just about 20 yards foul.
Yeah, he just couldn't straighten that one out. Way out in front. You knew off the bat that was going foul. Got a few oohs and ahs from some fans, but that ball off the bat was tailing away the entire time.
Renkover has a full count for the second time this inning. Higgins got a full count before singling, and now a full count to Dylan Leach. The pitch. Looked at, he got him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Renkover. A huge one with the runner on third, and now 2 are gone.
Yeah, now Renkover, he has a chance to get out of the inning. The runner on third with just 1 down. It left Renkover vulnerable to giving up a run, but as we mentioned, the game he won player of the game at came in with the bases loaded, struck out the side here. Runner on third, struck out 2 consecutive batters.
So now Renkover, he's facing off against the left-handed hitter Carson Wells. The first pitch to Wells catches the zone, an off-speed pitch for a strike, 0-1 the count. Wells today, 2 singles, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. The one in the second was on a bunt single. And now in the fourth, a single. Did line out in his last time up. Runner on third. The pitch in. Swing and a miss from Wells, and Renkover quickly gets ahead 0-2. And I was saying, Renkover, he's had a lot of great success against left-handed batters. That's exactly why UC Irvine liked him for those lefty-on-lefty matchups. And Renkover quickly gets ahead to the left-handed batter in Carson Wells. 0-2 the count with a runner on third in this crucial 4-1 game that the Foresters, they lead. Times is called by Durfee, the catcher. He now resets after Renkover shook off a couple of pitches. The 0-2 pitch. Grounded towards the right side, fielded by Bobo. He flips it over Renkover. He taps on the bag. The play is made, and that'll do it for the bottom of the 8th inning. So Renkover gets 2 strikeouts and a ground out to retire the side. And we head to the 9th inning with the Oaks trailing by 3. Let's see if the Oaks can stay in it. You're listening here on the Conejo Oaks live stream on YouTube. Night Uretsky, Ryan Milano with you here in the top of the ninth inning. The Oaks, they're trailing by 3. Steven Zobak, the man on the mound, as Brendan Bobo swings at the first pitch. He grounds it towards the right side. Morrissey, the second baseman, picks it up, fires over to first, and Bobo's retired to the right side on a ground out at the first pitch to him.
And so Brendan Bobo, unless the Oaks make the comeback, is going to be the only Oak on the day that has not gone down via the strikeout. So a solid day for Brendan Bobo. And Zobak, he's the man on the hill right now. He has one of the higher ERAs on the season for the Foresters. He is a 4.15 ERA on the year through 9 appearances, but you might know him better as a hitter.
Yeah, you're right. He's pitched in 9 games. As Sandoval swings at the first pitch to him, he's going to fly it to left field, caught by Higgins, and 2 pitches, 2 outs for Zobak. Man, that's efficient.
Yeah, very quickly the Oaks are down to their final out.
Zobak's pitched in 9 games this season. This is the 10th game as a 4.15 ERA as a pitcher, batting .308 as a hitter. So if he's not hitting, he's pitching, and he's been impressive all season. And right now, 2 pitches, 2 outs. First pitch to Daniel Cabral, called for a strike. So we'll not see a 3-pitch, 3-out inning from Zobak. But 2 outs, Daniel Cabral, the last hope for the Conejo Oaks. An 0-1 count. The pitch from Zobak, that's spiked in, and now the count's even 1-1.
Cabral, he's trying to get his first hit of the day. On base for the first time today.
Yeah, Cabral today, 2 strikeouts. Who would have thought? 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. And a fly out in his last at bat. This time he fouls it away, and now the count's 1-2.
And I know this might sound shocking, but in both the 7th and 8th innings, the Foresters didn't strike a single batter out.
It's true. Still, 15 strikeouts of the day for the Conejo Oaks. Pitch to Cabral, misses, and now the count's even 2-2. So Cabral, he's down to his final strike. No Oak has struck out since Greg Melhoff did in the 6th. Now the 2-2 pitch to Cabral, looks at it, it's called a ball. And now a full count to Daniel Cabral here in the 9th inning. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. 4-1 the score. The Foresters, they lead. The pitch from Zobak. And Cabral looks at it. It's a walk. And a great at-bat for Cabral to put a runner on.
And that's a gutsy at-bat from Daniel Cabral. He looked at 3 pitches that were all very close, and he got the favorable call on all 3. All of them on the inside part of the plate. Cabral, he has a good eye for the umpire's strike zone now. He saw the most pitches of any Oak leading into that at-bat through the first 3 at-bats for him. So he knew the strike zone, and he worked it well, a 6-pitch at-bat to get him on.
So Cabral at first, Andrew Sharp now up. First pitch to him, it's called a strike. 0-1 the count. That was the 8th walk of the year allowed by Steven Zobak. He has 15 strikeouts in 13 innings pitched prior coming to it. Got his first 2 batters to ground out and fly out, then walked the third one. Now has an 0-1 count to Sharp. Second pitch misses. Counts 1-1. On deck is Brendan Durfee.
And the Oaks in the standings, they're a half game up of Orange County, half game back of San Luis Obispo. This game is important. The Oaks need a rally to win this game if they're going to come back.
The 1-1 pitch to Sharp. Looked at, misses. It's called a ball, and now 2-1 the count. So similar to Cabral, he was able to work the count, get ahead. He got a full count and then was able to walk. Now, first 3 pitches to Sharp, 2 balls and 1 strike. Still 2 outs, and the Oaks, they still have a little bit of life as they trail by 3.
The Blues, they won today against the Academy Barons.
Sharp fouls off the 2-1, and now the count's even 2-2.
So the Blues, they advance to a full game ahead of the Oaks. If the Oaks drop this one, Blues are a game and a half ahead. Later today, the Riptide will play against Arroyo Seco in Arroyo Seco. Those are the games of importance for the CCL standings, playoff positioning.
The Oaks have 2 crucial games against the Blues and the Riptide next week. They have a game against the Blues in San Luis Obispo on Friday before hosting the Riptide on Saturday. Those games will be crucial towards playoff positioning. The 2-2 pitch to Sharp as he golfs one towards right field. Going back is the right fielder looking up at the wall. See you later, Andrew Sharp keeping the Oaks alive. It's 4-3.
And that's a way for Andrew Sharp to barrel up a ball. It hit off of the roof of a car, and he has now brought the Oaks within one. There's a shot for Conejo yet as back-to-back two-out base runners scored 2 runs, and now the tying run comes to the plate.
And Andrew Sharp shot to right brings the Oaks within one. It's 4-3. And now Brendan Durfee comes up to the plate with 2 outs, looking to keep the Oaks alive. He's the tying run at the plate. First pitch to Durfee, check swing. It's like it hit the umpire.
And I don't think that it hit off Durfee's bat. It was a check swing from Durfee. I'm not sure if he went around. I'm not sure what the call was. I think it went off the catcher's mitt and then deflected into the mask of the umpire. Not sure if it was a ball or strike call. We're still waiting to get that ironed out as the umpire. He looks okay.
I'm not sure.
Taking a few steps to walk it off, but looks fine. Requesting some more balls from the dugout. And Bill Pintard is going to be the one to deliver them as he's going to talk to the home plate umpire, make sure he's okay. A little bit of gamesmanship there. Home plate umpire nodding his head. It looks like he's fine.
0-1 the count. So they're going to count it as a strike.
Now Durfee's talking to the umpire. He doesn't think he went around. And Coach Dave Solis, he comes out to talk to the umpire.
They're talking.
And I think they are calling it on the swing because the ball was high. And now the home plate umpire is going to call both of the other umpires down to communicate about it. I don't think Durfee went around. At least it didn't look like it did
didn't
to
look
me.
it from my eyes either.
And then the ball was above the head of the catcher. It went off of the tip of his glove, and that's how it hit the home plate umpire. So they'd have to be calling it on the swing. I don't think it was tight enough for it to be called on the pitch. I don't think they'd be having the meeting if it was called on the pitch.
Believe maybe they're going to call it a foul ball. I didn't think it went off the bat, but
So I think you're correct. I think they did call it a foul tip off the bat of Durfee.
yeah, so 0-1 the count. So 0-1 to Durfee, 4-3 the score. The first pitch, and Durfee lines it to the left center field gap. It's going to get down for a single, and the Oaks, they're still alive.
Now the go-ahead run comes to the plate. It's Hunter Call. The chances of the Oaks are on the bat of Hunter Call. He's batting in the 9 spot today. He hasn't been in the lineup for a few days. He was in the 9 spot last time Cody Adcock pitched. That was against the Arroyo Seco Saints 2 days ago. Now he's trying to come up with a big hit. He hasn't gotten on base yet today.
So Hunter Call, the man that plays his home college baseball games at this park, goes to Santa Barbara City College. The go-ahead run on first. Looks like TJ Foreman has pinch ran as first pitch to Call misses. 1-0 the count. And with TJ Foreman being put in, it looks like at first, it is Foreman. So got to think that the speed of Foreman's going to play into the decision of that. Wouldn't be surprised if you see him going in the next couple of pitches. Foreman goes, the 1-0. Called for a strike, the throw to second, not in time, and Foreman steals second base, and now the tying run in scoring position for the Oaks.
And so TJ Foreman able to get to second base, puts a runner in scoring position. Hunter Call get aboard any way possible. A ball into the outfield. I assume with the speed of Foreman, he's going to be waved all the way around.
The Oaks, they came into this inning trailing 4-1. A 2-run shot by Andrew Sharp puts them within 1. Pitch to Hunter Call, misses high, and now a 2-1 count to Hunter Call with a runner at second. A 4-3 game with 2 outs.
And now a pitching meeting. This is the pitching coach. It's not Bill Pintard, who would be coming out if it were to be a pitching change. So it's the pitching coach. I don't think that it's going to be a change in pitchers. There is someone warming up in the pen for Santa Barbara.
What a game. So the first two batters in this inning, it was Brendan Bobo and Raul Sandoval. They both swung at the first pitch to him. Bobo, he grounded out to the second baseman, Josiah Morrissey. Then Raul Sandoval, he flew out to the left fielder, Cade Higgins. And since then, it's been all Oaks. Daniel Cabral, he had a full count before walking. Then Andrew Sharp, he had a 2-2 count before sending one over the right field wall to put the Oaks within one.
Nick Proctor is the man that's in the bullpen for Santa Barbara. Steven Zobak is the man still on the hill.
Durfee then was able to single. And now Hunter Call, a 2-1 count, 2 outs, runner on second. The pitch, Call fouls it away. And now the Oaks, they're down to their final strike.
Call struck out once already on the game. That was 3 straight strikes in the third inning.
So, Call at the plate, 2-2 the count. Foreman at second, the tying run. The pitch from Zobak. Looked at, Call is sent down looking. Call is mad. He's screaming at the umpire. It doesn't matter. The game's over. The Oaks, they lose a close one, 4-3 after trying to battle back. They fall just 180 feet short as the tying run was left there in TJ Foreman. And that'll do it for this game in Santa Barbara. As the Oaks, they lose 4-3 and drop now in the standings. Crucial games happening next week for playoff pitcher. But Ryan, talk about today's game.
Yeah, and today's game was a great start from Lucian Wexberg. He's credited for the loss. Drops him to 0-4 on the season, but he's had great starts against Santa Barbara almost every time that he's come out to pitch. He's going to get credited for the loss, but I think that he just went up against an absolute buzzsaw. Ben Abram on the other side for Santa Barbara. 13 strikeouts through 5 innings. That's phenomenal. For the Oaks, hitting side of things, Andrew Sharp came out with the long ball. He was struggling a little bit as of late. Came into this game, struck out for his 3rd consecutive time in the 2nd inning. Then got out in his last 2 at-bats. And then sent a home run over the wall. And that's a way to get back and going in your season. 2 RBIs to put the Oaks back in it. They had 3 consecutive 2-out base runners. The Oaks did a great job to try to come back in this game. Ultimately, another tough-fought game against the Foresters. And the Oaks, they fall to 0-5 against their rivals on the season. It's a tough way to lose against Santa Barbara, but this game incredibly competitive. One you can't really look down about. You can't hold your head down about because the Oaks, they were in it the entire time. Just did not go their way in the final score.
So the Oaks, they now drop to 11-13 overall in CCL South play. They're going to be facing off against the Academy Barons on Tuesday at 6:30 before hosting the Barons again on Wednesday. They'll be back here at Santa Barbara on Thursday before traveling to San Luis Obispo on Friday, rounding out the regular season at home next weekend against the Orange County Riptide, the Arroyo Seco Saints. From Pershing Park here in Santa Barbara, Knight Uretsky and Ryan Milano, it's been our pleasure. We'll be back at it again on Tuesday as the Oaks, they travel to the Barons in Compton. Have a great night.